What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I will be showing you guys how to make a starter house in the Taiga biome, or this is kind of an extreme hills Taiga biome, but nonetheless guys, in a spruce biome. Basically it's going to be a very simple tutorial. This one's actually going to take a little bit extra time compared to my plains biome build that we did last episode, but for today's episode this is going to be in this biome, so it's going to take a little bit more time just because the build is a little bit bigger and stuff like that. But anyways guys, if you guys want to see more of these build tutorials, let me know and link or comment down below what biome you want me to build in next. Okay guys, so basically what you want to start out with is you want to find one block, and that's going to be kind of the center of your build. But what you want to do is actually we're going to place ours right here, and that's fine. We're going to go 1 2 3 from there, and we're going to go 3 from there like so. Then from here we're going to go 1 2 3 4 5 and place one there, so there's 5 in between. We're going to connect this like so. We're going to go 5 from there, so it's 3 then 5 on the side. Then we're going to basically connect this with that, line it up, so that's 5 then 3, and then there's 5 right here, as you guys can tell. So now we got our general shape going for us, and that's kind of going to be the location we're going to build it. And yeah, so from here you want to go up 1 2 3 4. So you want to make it 4 tall or 5 tall on all of them around like so. Alright guys, once we have that done, we are basically going to come in here and we're going to make a little pillar coming up. So have a gap in the middle or at the bottom, and then place a beam going across, and we're going to do that on all the sides. This is basically going to add more detail, and actually where the beam is right now is where the floor is going to be on the interior. So this is just going to make our build look a little bit more tall. And I know that at this point you guys might be like, if I'm building this in survival, this is a lot of wood. Well, yeah, just because it's a starter house doesn't mean it's not going to take a bunch of time. But regardless of the fact, once you have that done, we're going to bump out some cobblestone, because you do have cobblestone in this biome. It is something that you have, just because, I mean, you have cobblestone in any biome. If you dig down, you've got cobblestone there. So pretty much it's a possibility. So we're going to use it and stuff like that. But yeah, the only blocks we are allowed to use in this build are blocks that we can get in this biome. That's why you don't see any oak or anything in my inventory. Okay, now that we got this done, what we're going to do now is work on the roof. Now, I always like to get my foundations done, get kind of the frame done, and then we kind of work in with some details. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start right there. So if you look at it from this angle, you've got 2, then on the third one you place it, and then you go 1 out to this side. Then you place 1 block underneath it like so, 1 stair underneath it, upside down like so. You place a cobblestone block up there, then you place a cobblestone stair on top of that. Then from there you just repeat that step. So you put an upside down stair there, and then you come up like that. So yeah, there we go guys, and we're just gonna go repeat that at the front until we get to the middle part, and this is kind of gonna make our roof look really tall. And then once you get to where the middle is, so this is gonna be where the middle is, instead of placing an upside down stair, you place it upside down but facing this direction. And then you place a cobblestone block on top of that, and then you place a regular stair going forward like so. So I'm actually just going to do this part really quickly for you guys right here, just so you guys can see what it looks like when it connects. And then I'll probably do most of the roofing part off camera, kind of the frame, but we will see, just because I don't want this to be super long for you guys. But anyways, we're going to come up here like so, because we got this pretty good so far, and that's basically what it's going to end up looking like. So it's a nice V shape. This is probably the most common medieval roof frame that you could get. So we're going to repeat that frame on this side. So we're going to come over here and completely just redo that entire thing onto this side. Alright guys, finishing up the roof over here really quickly, and basically we've got 2 identical roofs looking in like that, and you can already tell how this build is going to kind of turn out to look. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to outline the roof. So just continue your stairs coming this way, like so, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You just bring this all the way around, wrap it around. This backside does look a little bit funky once we're done, but we do have ways to fix that, so you guys will have to tune in till the end to see that. But yeah, we just wrap this whole thing around like so, and this is gonna take a little while for you guys to build. I understand that, but it's a little bit more complex than the other one, but it will be worth it once you've got a pretty nice looking build. So now from here we got the frame done. So what we're gonna come in and do is on the bottom we're gonna place just, you can either place cobblestone, but what I like to do is every once in a while place a stair. It just kind of adds a little bit more interest, a little bit more design. Now in the front over here, just place cobblestone all along there, because we'll do something later on. We'll add a little balcony thing, but here we can just place cobblestone and then place some stairs upside down and stuff all over there to kind of make it look like it's broken down. Again, this is like a foundation, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't look 100% stable, because that's not really what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to kind of look really random and stuff like that. Actually, that one's not random at all, but hey, there we go, guys. So once you have that done, this is pretty much what it's going to look like. You're going to have a little bit of a foundation, and it's going to look pretty nice. Now what we're going to do to make this simple is outline this. So we're going to put spruce on the outsides like so, spruce on the outside, spruce in the middle coming up, and then 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. So that's going to be where our windows will be. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to continue building this all the way up. We're going to go up one more from where we were last, and then we're not going to place anything on that middle block, and then we're going to continue building around it, and then have a little bit of a window right there like that. So now we're going to have one window there, one window there. So basically from these two holes you go into the middle and you go 1, 2, and then you place your hole right there. So that's pretty much what that's going to look like, and we're going to repeat that on this side. But for now we're going to stick with this side and see what we can get done. So we're going to come in here and break those 2 blocks like so. Then we're going to break these 2 blocks and place stairs like this. And this is what it should look like. So now we're going to place the fences instead of glass for windows, because there is no glass in this area. So we got to work with what we got. We're going to grab our cobblestone slabs, and where this part kind of extends out, we're going to bring it across. And this kind of adds a little bit more depth, a little bit more character, and it looks very, very nice. Now you guys might be wondering, what do I have buttons in here? Basically with the buttons, what we're going to do is place them. Just place them around randomly like so. And that just kind of adds a little bit more decorative aspect. It makes it look so like the wood, it has some depth to it. So I think that looks very well. And we're going to pretty much repeat that onto this side. So I'm not going to do anything on this side. But for the door, what we're going to do is we actually need to go get some slabs. And we're going to make a little bit of an entryway. So what we're going to do is, you can kind of do this however you want. But we're going to make a little bit of a balcony. So just to make sure it works with what you're trying to do, I'm going to just make mine really quickly. Kind of, it's not going to be the best, but it's going to get the job done, and it's going to look alright. So it's not going to be that bad overall. So yeah, there we go. It doesn't need to be 100% perfect because this is on a, the way I'm building it, it's on a slope, so it's obviously not going to be, I'm not going to be able to make it look that great. But basically you just have a little bit of a, something that comes up to here. Okay, just a little thing. If this was flat, you wouldn't have all this right here. I just kind of put that there just because of this slope. But now what we're going to do is come over here and place blocks around here like so. And then in the middle right here, we're actually going to come back here and place that block there just for now. We're going to place one spruce stair there and then place a fencing there. Now here, this is kind of going to be a little bit tricky. So all you got to do is break that and place one of these like this, and then break this and place that, or oh, my bad, and we're gonna place this like that. So this kind of makes it look a little bit more like an opening, I guess you can say. So it kind of fits in a little bit better, and you don't even need to push there. It kind of just makes the door look a little bit more open, and that looks very nice. And you can obviously place buttons however you like. Now on this side, it's going to be the exact same thing on this, so just copy that over. Not exactly like you can put the buttons in different areas, but like the overall structure is going to be the same as that. And then all along this area right here, all we're going to do is fill it in pretty much, and then place a stair on the bottom and then break that. So that's pretty much all we're going to do. We're going to place 3 like so, and place those there, and then place these on top like that. So this is pretty much going to be the openings for the windows. The windows are obviously going to look a little bit nicer than this, but as you guys can tell already, this is a more complex build. It's taken me a while to build this in creative mode, but what we're going to do now is come inside and we're going to place blocks all along the top part of this, so you can't see the openings from the outside. So this kind of encloses it and makes the windows look a lot better. If you come over here, now they look like actual windows, and we're going to place fences along here. Now if I am going too fast, because I am trying to rush this just a little bit so it's not a super long video, you guys can pause it whenever you need to and do that stuff. But I'm going to go copy this side over to this, and then we're going to work on the roof. Alright guys, so I copied that part over onto that side, so it pretty much looks up pretty much the same, I guess, but the roof, this part, it confuses a lot of people, but it's really easy, guys, so just believe me on this. All you gotta do is bring this and connect it all the way across. Just follow this line right here all the way to the end, and then continue it coming over here. It's that simple. And then what you do is you grab your stairs and do the same thing over all the way to over here. Then you turn it like so. It's gonna look a little bit weird in the back, but it's gonna be pretty easy to fix. So what we're gonna do is come over here with this like we just did, and I might just do this whole roof because usually people have a bunch of questions about the roof, so you guys can kind of watch me, and you know, if you guys don't need to, you can skip or whatever to wherever you think I'm gonna move on. But regardless, I'm gonna do this roofing part on camera just so all of you guys can kind of understand how to do it, and you know, just look at me as an example, because some people really do struggle with the roofs, and I want to be here to help you guys out, because I know that when I was starting off, I was like, how do people make these beautiful roofs if this isn't that beautiful? But like, how do you make that gorgeous roof? And I'm like, oh, that's how you do it, when somebody finally did a tutorial on it. So then I was like, oh, thank you. But until then, I was like, dude, what am I even trying to accomplish? So now what this roof looks like is this. Now this looks horrible. This really doesn't look that great, but we will fix it later on, so we will keep it the way it is right now. Now in the front, we're going to do this same concept. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult. We're going to place everything along here like we did on the back, and then connect everything, but instead of taking that turn outward, we take a turn inward like so. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you guys, but like, once you come over here, all you do is connect them. You always just go until they connect. Once they connect, you stop. So you keep going, and then you keep bringing this one until they connect. It's basically like two lines connecting with each other. People make it a little bit more complicated than it needs to be. It's just, once this connects to this part, you connect it. It's pretty self-explanatory, guys, but I know that some people do struggle, as I mentioned earlier, so that's why I'm here to show you guys how to do it. So basically, now the entire build is completed. You got your whole build done and ready to go. All you need to do is add your beautiful spruce door over here. You can add it whichever way you want. I just always add them that way. And now we can kind of look around here and see our final product. So here we go, guys. This is our final product right here. As you guys can see, it did turn out pretty well. It turned out exactly like how I wanted it to. But to take this a step further, like I did in my last episode, this looks pretty bland and boring the way it is. And you could even, on the roof, you don't need to do this. That's why I didn't really include in the tutorial. But you can come over here, and you can kind of make this little design on top of here. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't serve any purpose. It's just here to look better. And you guys can do it if you guys want. I really do think that that adds to it. But this is pretty much what the house looks like, guys. So I will go into my regular world where I already built this and show you guys some extra detailing you guys can do to make this a little bit nicer. Okay guys, as you guys can see, we did add a couple or multiple stuff. Basically what I have is this balcony part is separate than the path. This path, it's basically like this is the balcony part coming up, and then this is a path coming down here made of rocks and stuff like that. Because since this is kind of located in a mountainy area, I was like, you know what, let's include... Oh, excuse me. Let's include a lot of rocks and stuff. So I do have like a rock pile over here. I have a bunch of tall grass over here. I planted a bunch of trees around the area too, kind of just to lighten the area up a lot. Place some leaves and stuff around here. It kind of makes it look overgrown, and it kind of makes the roof look more interesting because it was literally all brown. This build was all brown and gray, so we needed to add something. But like walking around here, we do have a bunch of rocks and stuff. We have some holes and stuff. We have more roots on the trees, as you guys can tell over here. They've got nice roots, and coming along here we just have a bunch of rocks and trees and stuff like that, tall grass all around here. And the back part, the part that I said looked really weird, now looks a little bit less weird because we've got a bunch of leaves on it. And from underground, because you're going to be in survival, from this, it doesn't look that weird anymore. It kind of looks like a normal kind of house thing, and I really do like that, because in survival, this is how you're going to see the house. You're not going to see it from up top, so it's not going to be that big of a deal if the roof doesn't look 100% how you guys would like it. Now, you guys could do whatever you want with this to make the outsides look a little bit better, but I do recommend kind of covering up the top part, or this back part, because it doesn't look that nice. But for a starter house, it doesn't really need to, guys. But this is a spruce starter house. It's a lot more complex than the plain starter house, and it'll take a little bit more time. But guys, if you guys are willing to put in the effort, you guys will get a pretty cool looking house, and you guys could make a pretty cool looking village with this house. I know that I'm kind of using this theme in my Let's Play world. Actually, the one in my Let's Play world is the same structure, just different material, and it's more worn down and just overall a different theme, but it's the same style. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that, subscribe to stay up to date on my build tutorials and my PvP, and in the comment section below, let me know what biome should I build in next. And as always, guys, have a safe and enjoyable rest of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.